Fleesia, the Fleesia girl. While talking to her, you learn that while it looks like she has two bodies, they both share the same will. She has to mix stuff with pollen in order to be fertilized. Plant monsters only require water, sunlight, and a man to be set for life. And the scent her flower releases attracts men, even though it supposedly stinks a lot. Her trait is devilish Fleesia scent. Innate trance strike of 15%. Can always use plant skills, dealing double damage to tranced foes. Skills using pollen have 15% increased status infliction rate. And there is a 33% chance that she'll use aroma of intoxication at the start of battle. So one can never underestimate the value of those start of battle skills. The increased status infliction rate is minor but nice. And the trance skill is very powerful, but the only 15% chance makes it too low to rely upon. But put it all together and she makes a very decent status inflictor. So we'll put her trait at B. While playing, she will smell herself. She'll use the sleep pollen skill, which puts all enemies to sleep. She dances and sings, which does nothing. She curses pitcher plant girls. And she will become paralyzed. So the chance to put enemies to sleep and the chance that she will become paralyzed both balance out to put her at C. As for her story interaction, she doesn't have much, so C. In the Pocket Castle, she'll talk to Rigora. Oh, Fleesia, you seem healthy today. Hello, Rigora. My smell never seems to bother you. Of course not. You're my friend. Plus, I've lived in the ground so long, I've lost my sense of smell. Wouldn't it be the opposite, though? Wouldn't being isolated from smells making you extra sensitive to it? I guess you're thinking about the cavish style, where your species have lived in the ground so long that they've lost the ability to smell altogether. She also talks with Cindy. Oh my, did you catch a cold? It's just allergies. That's odd. Well, I hope you get better. You're the one who's causing it. Alright, so she does have an interaction with Eater, but only when you talk to Eater. Wow, what a strange flower. You're strange too. Even the smell! I hate this girl. As for her presents, she likes fruits, vegetables, and sweets. She does not eat meat, bread, or rice. Interesting reactions include: sweets go in a different stomach, a different stomach. The kids' meal. I am not a child. The Gian stew. Are you trying to kill me? Chocolate. Chocolate for sugar. Wedding cake. All the sugar I can handle with this. Eclair. It's full of chocolate all the way. Jelly. Purr, delicious. Pudding. Sweet and delicious. Ice cream. Sweet and cold. What a strange taste. Parfait. This is amazing. Cola. I don't want such a strange drink. Coffee. I actually like coffee. Beer. I hate alcohol. It makes my flowers smell like alcohol. Honey. Honey. I'll lick it for sugar. Any of the grilled items? I can't eat this. Cicada shell. I used to see them in the forest, but I don't want them. Poison mushroom. I don't want mushrooms. Skull. What is this? You want me to eat it? Weeds. There's grass all over the place. What is this? The beetle. What's this? There are way bigger ones in my forest. And last but not least, the Chipapa. The fairy. Come on, try and smell me. It's running away so fast. Because she stinks! Lichtina, the centaur girl. While talking to her, you learn that she uses the horse end for reproduction. Her horse part is big, so it's hard to keep clean. And that she is a tsundere. Her trait is Field Centaur. She can always equip spears and heavy spears. Can always use spear skills. Spear skills deal 15% increased damage and have a 30% chance to imboon quick status. Alright, so the quick status gives her a nice buff to her agility and evasion. So that's quite nice, especially since as a centaur she isn't exactly a very tanky build. The increased damage is minor, but it's alright. And then spears and heavy spears, you always just have her as something that would use them anyway. So it's alright. We'll put... You know what? The quick status is really good, so we'll put her at B. While playing around, she has dirty thoughts and makes herself horny. She runs around. She practices her swings, which has a random chance to hit anyone. She gets psyched up, increasing her attack power. And she gives an item. So all of those things are either neutral or positive. So we have to put her at B. As for her story interaction, she doesn't have much, so C she goes. In the Pocket Castle, she talks to Gob. Alright, let's sell this. I'll show you that my legs are unmatched. I won't lose when it comes to a race. First to run 5 laps through the castle wins. Just what I was hoping for. Then let's... Hey! No running in the castle! Especially you two! Your speed is dangerous! For presents, she likes fruits, vegetables, and sweets. She does not like meat, bread, or rice. Interesting reactions include an apple. I love apples, and I can nibble on them while running. Orange. I love oranges, but they're a pain to peel. Grapes. I love grapes, but they're tricky to eat. Cherries. I love cherries, but they're gone in one bite. It's a little underwhelming. Carrot. I love carrots! I love carrots! Chili pepper. Spicy! This is not carrot! Anko. Sweet things are a great way to cheer up. Milk. Milk. I hate it. Anpan. I don't eat bread, but anpans are an exception. Rice. I don't eat rice. I'm a centaur. Kids meal. Are you making fun of me? Kitty rice. I am not a caterus. Miso soup. Miso soup is so warming. Gan stew. No! Takoyaki. Inside is octopus. Sorry. Taiyaki. Inside is anko. Munch munch. Baked potatoes eaten while running are excellent. Chocolate. I love chocolate. Wedding cake. It's like a mountain of cake. Parfait. I've never seen a parfait this big before. Cola. Drinking Coke is a great way to cheer yourself up. Coffee. I hate coffee. It's bitter. Beer. No beer. No alcohol. My legs get tangled. Any of the grilled items. There's no way I can eat this stuff. Poison mushroom. Skull. Scary! What is this? Weeds. Is this your gift? It's disappointing. And last but not least, the Chipapa. The spirit. Wait, no. This girl is a spirit, right? Go on, off you go. Mary, the assistant BFer. You never fight her, so she has no talk events. Her trait is discipline of pleasure. Innate pleasure strike and horny/trance strike 15%. Can always use sex craft skills. Take only half damage from pleasure attacks. So that half damage from pleasure attacks is quite strong. Especially once you get to the Land of Night where where a lot of enemies can only deal pleasure attacks. But that's chaos pleasure, so this resists... Never mind. Take 50% damage from pleasure attacks is quite good, especially since all enemies have pleasure attacks, so it always is a useful defensive skill. The extra horny and trance strike chance is nice as well. And as a BFer who isn't by default put into a class that has sexcraft, that can always use it is quite nice. So all in all, we'll put at B. Her play events are, she smiles, she gives you milk, don't ask where it came from, which in this world is as equally likely that it's milk she squeezed from a man rather than she squeezed from herself. She makes lewd suggestions towards Luca, which makes Luca horny. She brushes her hair, and she gives a flirtatious glance, which makes an enemy horny. Horny can be taken as positive or negative, so we'll put at C. As for story interaction, she is the one who tells you about BFing, and she has that funny interaction with Sonia. So for that alone, we put her at D, even though she's got nothing else. You have need of my hands? Oh, I don't mean anything strange by that. Dahlia, the underworld BFer. You never fight her, so she has no talk events. Her trait is Dahlia of criminal underworld. Can always equip guns. Can always use gun and mercantile skills. Gun skills do 30% extra damage. So that extra damage to gun skills is nice, but that's all she's got. That's all it is, really. So we'll just put at B. Actually, no. We'll put it at C, because other characters have 30% damage increases and got other useful things to go with it. This is all she's got. So C it goes. For her play event, she will attempt to threaten the enemy, which can stun it, which 2 of her events do that. She makes lewd suggestions, which makes Luca horny. She schemes, and she worries about Minnie. So, that's neutral or positive traits, so we'll put it at B. As for story interaction, she is the key point of the quest to get Minnie, and she also interacts with Minnie in the Pocket Castle, so we put her at D. Pocket Castle, she interacts with Minnie. Oh, Minnie, looks like you're having a lot of fun. Dawn? At first I thought you had tricked me. You actually took good care of me. Even though I didn't do any work, I got 3 meals and a nap every day. My tail feathers were a small price to pay in exchange for being taken care of. I see you're wising up. Then let me teach you another important lesson. Regularly pulling your tail feathers makes your chest bigger. I pulled mine out until I lost my tail, but just look at my chest. Amazing! Pull my tail feathers out right now! She was tricked again! Fizz, the scholar BFer. Never fight her, so she has no talk events. Her trait is Apprentice Scholar. Targeted half as often by enemies. Can always use Magic Science. Magic Science deals 15% increased damage. You're a budget promise, Stein. C. While playing, she loses her glasses and goes blind. She writes a paper, causes an explosion, writes a letter, and trips, dealing slight self-damage. The explosion alone puts it at F. And as for story interaction, she has none, so F. I'm busy writing a paper right now. Nightingale, the nurse BFer. You never fight her, so she has no talk events. Her trait is Lewd Nurse. Can always use medicine and sexcraft skills. Medicine and sexcraft skills deal 15% extra damage and heal 15% more HP. Well, it's a useful buff, but it's very minor, so C. For her play event, she prepares a shot. She gives you an item. She gives Luca an injection that gives him HP regen. She gives Luca an injection that immerses him in ecstasy. And she gives a flirtatious glance, which causes horny to an enemy. So that's a mix of positive and negative, so C. And she has no story interactions, so F. Are you my patient?